the miracle of birth. It was just like certain teachers and certain people. We learned a lot. I will say that, like. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Shawna. If you're not new, thank you for coming back. So as you can already tell by the title of this video, we're going to talk about what you do in fourth year medicine in Cuba. So fourth year that I just finished, I don't know what I feel. To be honest, it had some ups and downs. It did. And I'm gonna tell you all the subjects that we did and which were my faves and which was my least fave and why. So the first subject that you're going to do in fourth year is a lot shorter than the whole breakdown of third year. If you haven't yet watched that video about you do in third year, it will be linked above. Go watch that before you watch this. And let's get into this one. So the first subject that you do in fourth year is pediatrics, pediatria. And this is the worst rotation I've ever doing of my life. I hate it so much, and everybody does, like, literally that's everybody's thought process around it. Unless you love kids, and it wasn't even about the kids why we didn't love it. I'm gonna break it down. Peads is an entire semester because it's basically everything that you did in the adult system in third year, but it's in kids, and it's completely different from everything that you learn in Medicina Interna, which has to do with adults as opposed to kids. So a lot of the different, let's say, for example, lab tests, the results are completely different as it relates to kids. How you do physical examinations on kids is completely different from how you do it on adults. Just a bunch of things. So yeah, that lasts an entire semester. It's divided into basically all the systems. So we did ADA, which is basically it has to do with like diarrhea. Sorry, but basically that's what it has to deal with. Like there's a whole subsection of med that has to deal with diarrhea, dehydration of kids, because it's so common in babies and it can kill them, that it's very, very important. So it starts with that. It was just like certain teachers and certain people, peads, the people who work in peads, that's why I didn't like it. Like, they're horrible ass people. Like, they're horrible ass people. Like, so yeah, that's why I didn't enjoy peads. But peads was also a lot of information, why I didn't like it, and it was a lot of technicalities. But most people that ended up enjoying peads, it was people who love kids. Kids are okay. Kids are okay, but I wasn't obsessed, because the thing is, I was afraid, because one, you don't want to hurt anybody's kids, you don't want to harm nobody's kids. Their parents stand up there and it's like they looking into your soul, like they begging you to fix their kid. And I would love to, except I'm a student, so I can't help your child. I don't know what's wrong with them. That's uncomfortable. At least when it's adults, it's just them. Sometimes a family member or two might be there, but it's nothing as intimidating as, like, they never leave kids alone. There's always somebody there with them, which I completely understand. Why would you leave a child alone? But that puts a lot of pressure on you as a student whenever you have to do a practical or inspect a child or whatever. Also, sometimes when it's the younger kids, the minute them see you and you look like a doctor, them start ball, it makes it so difficult for you to do the physical exam. I would never do peds. I would never specialize in peds. It just wasn't it for me. But yeah, there's ADA, there's respiratory. So the respiratory system you're learning as it relates to kids, it's divided into respiratory infections, alta, baja, high and low. That was really interesting to learn. You also have abdomen, like any issues that kids would have in their abdomen. We learned on nephrologia, we did cardio, we did neuro, we did basically all the specialties, but just in a kid, like literally. So it was a lot of information, and that's why it takes like an entire semester. Your final exam, I didn't like peds, to put it short. No one has ever done peds and enjoyed the peds rotation. Final exam is very serious for peds. There's a lot of information to cover for peds, so it's a lot harder. To me, it's the hardest rotation I've done to date, because there's just so much information. There's no way for you to cram it. You really have to like be studying for peds, and there's just no other way to put it. Like, peds is that girl. Like, shinaram. Like, it was a very, very, very serious rotation. And I'm not looking forward to doing it again for internship year. Like, and everybody that has done internship year is like, peds was the worst rotation that they had to stay with. The doctors are a-holes, to be honest. It was very rare to meet like nice doctors in peds, and I get it, when you're dealing with children you have to be tough, but you really don't have to be an a-hole unnecessarily, and a lot of them are like that. The only people that they're not mean to are the kids. I can honestly say the worst persons that I have encountered as it relates to doctors have been in pediatrics, like for no freaking reason. They're just mean. They will blatantly to your face tell you that you're stupid, which it hasn't happened to me, but like people around, like there was this lady that just did not like me, and the worst part about it, she was somebody who was like one of the doctors that would have been grading me for my final exam for practical, and if it was up to this lady, she would have failed me. Thank God the other guy was there, and I never want to fail nobody, and he was supposed to be the hardest. Like, the absolute worst people that I have encountered, 0 out of 10, I do not recommend, but you have to do it, so you just have to get through it and keep your head down. So that was peds. The next rotation that you do in fourth year, Cirurgia, surgery. I don't know, it depends. The thing is, when I was doing surgery, we got sent to a school or to a hospital that was one of the hospitals that the Calixto students generally go to. And if you don't know what Calixto is, it's one of the top med schools in Havana, and they are usually a lot harder with their grading and with exams. They're very much like up there, and it's very hard. It's not an easy or a walkover situation. Like, they're very strict, and it's a very hard school, right? So we got sent to one of those hospitals. So I was a little afraid because I had friends who had done that rotation there before, and based off of the doctor that they were saying that was in charge of us, it was like, he's very intelligent, he knows his stuff, but he's asking questions a lot, and I don't like when people be asking me like questions, because the answer might not just come out the top of my head, and it might take me time to think about it, and I don't like to look dumb. And he's very strict as it relates to attendance and whatever, but I will say he was chill. He was one of those doctors where it was like, just don't waste the man's time and it's fine, like just don't waste it. He was sarcastic and thing, but he was a chill man, like for real. He could have been way worse, and I guess I have that opinion because his exams were hell. The way I'm set it, exams were hell, but he didn't fail anybody, and I respect him for that. So it was like, even though we did the exam and we were upset because immediately we knew we didn't pass, like some people we knew we didn't pass. Like, the way I was so upset after I sat that exam, because I killed myself to make sure that I would have done great in that exam, because I knew I wouldn't want to go to extra. And we walk out and everybody was just like, so many people were pissed, fam. Like, so many people were pissed and just weren't in the mood. But he didn't fail anybody, so I can respect that. That's not every hospital, that's not every doctor. We learned a lot, I will say that. Like, as much as we were upset about exam, you're going to learn a lot. He made it interesting, and because he was such like a strict person, you made sure to pay attention when he's teaching so that you can generate stuff. The guardias, it's the most that I've ever done guardia, because for Cirurgia, your guardia it was every 5 days for that hospital specifically. So basically we had guardia practically every week, right? I had good guardia teachers. I was fortunate enough where it was Shawna and me on guardia, and we had good guardia teachers. So I really liked, my guardia experience was really nice. I learned a lot. I was learning a lot. Anything that we didn't understand from school, we were able to bring it up to the guardia doctors, and they would explain it to us. They're not making it feel stupid. Like, it was a very positive experience for me. Not all of my friends had that same experience. Not all of my friends liked their guardia teachers. A lot of the time, surgeons have an ego complex and a God complex. Luckily, the surgeons that I was assigned to for guardia, they weren't like that. They were very, very nice, and I'm grateful for that. But I had friends who encountered those type of people. Surgery was very interesting. Surgery was long. It was interesting. It was kind of far. That was my only issue, but that was my school thing. At the end of it, I didn't feel like, oh no, I want to go back. But I could definitely say like it was interesting. I wouldn't specialize in it. That was one thing I would say. I was able to be in a theater and observe a surgery, and I was like, I wouldn't be a surgeon because this is a lot of standing, and it's kind of there. Well, as an observer, you're just kind of there. I guess as a surgeon, it would be more interactive, but yeah. I will say, and I guess again this depends on your doctor, you get to do things like it's more practical, like they actually let you do things, and I appreciated that. So yeah, like the Shawna was suturing up a man's head, like that came in and he had a laceration because he was drunk and fell on the floor and split his head open, and Shawna was there like suturing his head like when he would comply, that is. And we had never done that before. In all our years of med school, it took 4th year that actually ended up happening for us to be able to do like a practical thing like that. So surgery was great for me in that sense. The best rotation to date for me was, which is the next rotation that you go on, Gynecology. I really liked gyno, and that's the rotation that I just finished and I just did exams for, and now I'm home on vacation from that. Like I'm finished off now. Gyna to me was a lot more, it was more fun. It wasn't very, what's the word, strenuous. Like it was a lot more laid back. I guess because we were learning things about the female body, I was paying a lot more attention in the conferences, so it was more interesting to me, and it was easier to grasp in my opinion. Like you could sit down and read and things would make sense and you're like, okay, yeah. It wasn't super hard. It was information, but it wasn't like this mountain of information, like for example that peads was, or even surgery was. Like you were able to finish studying and reviewing everything for gyno in time for exam, and I enjoyed gyno. I can honestly say I enjoyed gyno. I've seen the birth of a child and I informed my mother that after seeing that, she not get the grandbaby. She not getting grandkids. Like the miracle of birth. Honestly, after seeing labor, I'm good, bro. I honestly can say after seeing that, I've pity for anybody, so I would never do that for just anybody, honestly. Cause that's, oh my goodness. But it was super interesting and I really liked it. So if anything that I'm going to specialize in, if I decide to specialize, I think I like gyno enough where it would be that. But yeah, that was the best rotation to date. So those are the 3 courses or 3 rotations that you do in 4th year. We don't really do as much additional things like how in 3rd year it was this bag of like psychology, pharmaco, additional stuff like that. No, it really was just things within the rotation, and I kind of preferred that. So 5th year to come, and once that's done, I will do what you do in 5th year medicine in Cuba video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it wasn't super long and that you're still here at the end. If you have any questions for me, you can always drop them down in the comments box below. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers by the time I'm posting this. Please subscribe. If you send this to somebody, please bully them to subscribe, and share this with somebody that you know wants to do med school, or somebody that you know that's interested in studying in Cuba, and remind them to subscribe, please. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.